Definitely, they see the vision, they see the bigger picture, and you shall have one. And many people that I've met,
Should I speak? All right. Okay, so I can say we're still waiting for people to join. Okay, welcome everyone to our tonight session. Welcome everyone to our tonight session. We are going to be explaining to everyone more about the business, to introduce ourselves. Let us introduce. Welcome everyone to our tonight's meeting. I'm going to be your host. I'm Elizabeth Musioka. Currently, I'm in Nairobi, and I'll be hosting us for the next 1 hour. I'm going to be our host. So in the meantime, we can introduce ourselves. We can introduce ourselves. Let us introduce ourselves. Let us introduce ourselves. I believe you can get me loud and clear. If you can get me, type for me 111. I can see Rukia. I can see we have Nyoka. So if you can hear me, just type for me one. Type for me one so that I can confirm that you are getting me loud and clear. So confirm for me. Okay. I can see Maxi is getting me loud and clear. Confirm if you're getting me loud and clear, just type for me one. I can see also Margaret, Mola. Yes. So if you're getting me loud and clear, let us introduce ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves. Introduce yourself, your name, where you're getting me from, and the person who sent you today's link. Your name, where you're getting me from, and the person who sent you tonight's links. Let us do that. Let us introduce ourselves, your name, where you're getting me from, and the person who invited you to our meeting today. I can see Robert is getting me clearly. I can also see Maureen. Yes, let us introduce ourselves. Personally, I'm Elizabeth Musioka, and currently I'm in Nairobi. And I'm going to be your host for tonight. So I can see Maxi, Nairobi, Kenya. No one invited you, Maxi. How did you get the link? Okay, let us introduce ourselves. I can see Maxi, Nairobi, Kenya. Once you join the meeting, just type for me on the chat your name, where you're getting me from, and the person who invited you to our tonight's meeting. I can see I have Esnas Msimbi in. Yes, Esnas, where are you getting me from? And who invited you to our tonight's meeting? Let us introduce ourselves. Let us be active. Like Senior Mark Nelson. Where are you getting me from? Who sent you tonight's link? Type for me there. I've said I'm Elizabeth and I'm in Kenya, Nairobi. I'm going to be your host. I can see Nyoka, the girl. Currently, I'm in Doha. Welcome so much. Who sent you the link? Who sent you the YouTube link? I can also, Robert, where are you getting me from? I can see Lynette from Dubai, invited by Caleb. Welcome so much, Lynette. Let us introduce ourselves because I'll be introducing our first speaker in the next 60 seconds. So let us introduce ourselves. I can see Margaret, where are you getting me from? Maureen, Robert, where are you getting me from? Isaac Nelson from South, from South Rank. Welcome so much, Isaac. I believe you're getting me loud and clear. Let us continue introducing ourselves. Then Nyoka says I was just scrolling, then boom. But oh, that's nice. Since you went to YouTube Live and they recommended you our meeting. Welcome so much. This will be the best day of your life. Make sure you stay tuned until the end. I can see Brenda from Nairobi, invited by Lynette. Welcome so much, Brenda. I can see we have who? We have Sylvia from Baka Muscat, invited by Sylvia Kibelesi. Welcome so much. I can see we have Lucy McKenna, currently in Nairobi. I can see we have Senior Mark Nelson from South Sudan. Jamalina invited. Okay, welcome so much, Senior Mark. I can see Brenda Ojode from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome so much. I can see Michelle from Mombasa. Karibu sana. I can see James currently in Nairobi. Welcome so much. I can see Chris from Muranga. I can see Naomi from Saudi, Nicholas from Nairobi. I can see Vincent from Eldoret, Umi currently in Saudi. Welcome so much everyone to our tonight's meeting. I guarantee you this will be the best day of your life. Mark the date. The date is 5th March of 2025. I can see we have Isaac invited by Senior Mark. I can see Isaac again from Kisii, Kenya. I can see Karen from Isinya, invited by Purity Murimi, Juliet Saudi member, Judy. I'm Judy from Muranga. I'm Judy from Moranga. All right, all right, all right. Let us continue introducing ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves. We are starting the meeting in the next, at exactly 9:10, I'll be introducing our first speaker. So I can also see we have Rukia Hamisi currently. Rukia Hamisi currently in Saudi. Welcome so much, so much. Jennifer Kavesa in Saudi. Esnas Msimbi from Gulf, invited by Shilda. I can see Faith in Bungoma. Mwanajuma Mwalimu invited by Mentor Jen. Welcome so much. Welcome so much. I can see Mercy currently in Saudi. I can see Emmanuel from Kericho. Welcome so much, everyone, to our today's meeting. We'll be taking you through our business, the best business in the world. It's changing. We are turning people's lives to extraordinary ones. I can see Sheila currently in Qatar. I can also let us introduce ourselves. I can see Joshua from Nakuru, Egerton, Mercy in Saudi, Jackie from Kinango. Okay, I can see Emmanuel from Kericho, Florence in Congo. Welcome so much. Sheila in Qatar, Sharon from Kasarani, Faith Washera, invited by Antonio Mutinda. Welcome so much. Magdalene from Mombasa, invited by Jamaris, Mabel in Nairobi, and lastly, I think this is the last person so that I keep time. Sam from Kasarani, Nancy in Qatar, Alpha in Kisii, invited by Caleb. Lastly, I'm going to give a shout out to Abdallah, currently in Nakuru, invited by Gorgeous. Beatrice has said I have to mention her name. We have Beatrice from Eldoret. All right, so let us continue introducing ourselves. I'll give us shout out in a few, but I can see Pascalia, I can see also David Katongole from Ethiopia, Alex from Kitengela, invited by Simon. So right about now, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. I'd like to introduce our first speaker. But before I introduce her, I have Tabitha from Nairobi, Petronila from Kirinyaga, and Margaret from Saudi Arabia. All right, all right. So allow me to introduce our first speaker. So the person that I'm about to introduce, she is a member of the Speakers Bureau. If you can hear me, type for me SB, 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 SB. She's a member of the Speakers Bureau. That means the company has certified her. She can go to the 60 countries and present the business. So I can't see people typing SB. Are you still getting me? Are you still getting Simona from Langata? Are you still getting me? Triza, you still getting me? All right, Duncan, I believe I'm loud and clear. All right, so she's a member of the Speakers Bureau. She's also a member of the Millionaire Circle, meaning that she has been able to make over 5 million courtesy of our system. She has been able to make over 5 million courtesy of our system. She's also a global ambassador in the business. That is a rank, one of the highest ranks in the business. And she's the best person to take us through. She's also the person who is behind my success. She's my personal mentor. And ladies and gentlemen, without wasting a lot of time, help me welcome Ambassador Mercy Gaki Karigi to take us through the presentation of the day. I'm sure most of your questions will be answered. The ones who have been asking, what is it that you really do? How is it going to benefit me? I've seen it has changed a lot of people's life, and you'll get to understand it. Make sure you stay tuned up to the end of the meeting because we have some goodies for everyone. So help me welcome Ambassador Mercy Gaki. Help me welcome Ambassador Mercy Gaki. Just type for me, welcome Ambassador Mercy.
All right. Oh my God.
Yes, Ambassador, you can take over.
All right. So, good evening, guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope I'm audible enough. Am I audible enough? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so good evening, each and every particular person. Like you've been told earlier on, my name is Ambassador Masigaki. I'm the person who is going to be taking you through the session of today, the session of tonight. And what I require from you is just you to have a notebook and a pen. This is not going to be a lecture, neither is it going to be a comedy session. It's going to be more of an impactful session. So please get your notebooks, get a pen, note down a few things that you're gonna learn, something that you might you might hear today for the very first time. You're going to get it today. So, a brief history about me. Personally, I was a teacher by profession. I did education, became a teacher, but the career was not serving me well. I was not getting paid whatever I felt I was worth, and I decided to venture into business. And I know majority of people go into traditional businesses, but for me, I was looking for something different because I know traditional businesses, they don't really favor each and every particular person. So I decided to venture. I came across the opportunity online, decided to venture into it, and 7 years down the line, that is the best decision that I actually made. And today I'm gonna share with you and let you know why it is the best decision that I actually made. And in 7 years, I've been able to make tangible success. I've been able to create impact in different particular worlds, in different particular economies. And today I'm just here to show you that it is actually possible. And then I'm going to remind you that life doesn't happen by chance. It definitely happens by choice. So you being here today, it's not because it is a miracle or anything. It just happens. It's not because it's a miracle or anything. It just happened that you needed to be here. And by the end of the presentation, you're going to actually understand why you needed to be here today. So you're going to allow me to share my screen as I go directly to the point, so that I can save on time. Yes. Yes, I hope you can see my screen. Oops.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay. So just a minute. Okay, so allow me to share my screen. As you can see, I hope it's very clear.
Yes.
We are here to turn the impossible into possible, and this happened during covid. I believe majority of people believe that there is whatever it is that was not possible actually came and happened and became very, very possible in terms of, let me say, working remotely and working from home. Majority of people during covid felt like life was coming to a standstill, everything was shutting down, everything was not gonna work, and it's like the world was coming to an end. And that is what probably opened a lot of people's eyes, because very many millionaires and multimillionaires were made during that particular time. And today I'll remind you that that is the new normal, because today, each and every particular person who is in the world, they have heard about the internet, they know about the internet. And one thing I'll tell you, if your business is not online, trust me, in the next few years, you prepare to be out of business. And this is a rhetorical question that I would like each and every particular person to ask themselves. The thing is, what will you do if your only source of income is suddenly taken away from you? And if you ask yourself that particular question and you find that your answer is it's giving worry, it's giving a lot of fear, it's giving so much that is not welcoming in any way, that is not helpful in any way, then you need to learn the fastest way to make money during this particular period of time. So I welcome all of you to Bonan Vivon. Bonan Vivon is our company. It's our campaign name that we actually run. It has partnered with EdPlan 3.0. EdPlan 3.0 is our mother company, and EdPlan 3.0 EdPlan 3.0 started around 19 years ago. But before I get to EdPlan 3.0, let me explain to you about what Bonan Vivon really is. Bonan Vivon, number one, who we really are. The Bonan Vivon project is a community of professions who have come together with the sole purpose of helping its members grow financially through a structured positive training program that enables them to tap into ideas, opportunities, and systems that allows them to live life on their own terms. In today's global economy, the right connection and opportunity is everything. In addition to unparalleled business growth, Bonan Vivon members develop lasting relationships that allow them to grow mentally, financially, and build each other up for success. It is through mentorship that we have this, that we actually are able to get to this particular program, because with this particular program, each and every particular person who is going to join our business or who is going to become part of our organization, we know very well that their success is definitely guaranteed with the right support that we actually offer to each and every particular person. Now, like I said, our mother company is EdPlan 3.0. And the whole business, as we are going to be talking about, is in over 60 countries. It's in over 60 countries. Like you can see, it is mentioned, they are listed over there. The first company that was opened, it was in the Philippines, started in the Philippines, that is in Asia, around 19 years ago. From Asia, it came to Africa through Nigeria, and then East Africa through Uganda, Kenya. And recently we've opened new countries, that is DRC, Zambia, and South Africa. So if you're here and you're in these particular mentioned countries, just know that we have an office at your particular country, and that's a plus for you, because you can access everything that is going to be shared over here in that particular country. Our founders are these three gentlemen. From the far right is the late Miss Engineer Francis Miguel. We have our CEO, Dr. Eduardo Cabantog. We have the CFO, Mr. John Asperin, and all these particular gentlemen came together from this particular company with their previous expertise and knowledge that they actually had, and all of them combined, they have over 50 years in experience in this particular industry, and they are the right people to actually guide us. So believe me when I say this is the best opportunity that you actually need to get to understand. Now we have manufacturing companies, because our business is all about health and wealth. It's going to be very, very absurd that if you get all the money in this particular world, and you take all that money to take care of your health. And again, if you are very, very healthy, and again you don't have enough income, or you don't have enough money, it doesn't also add up. You also can't have very, very good health if you don't have money, because health is all about 80% of whatever you eat. 80% of whatever you eat is what comprises of your health. So if you don't take care of your health because of finances, it simply means that you are not in good health. So our company is all about, has partnered with this particular manufacturing companies. The first one is Nature's Way. Nature's Way is one of the biggest nutritional supplement company that has ever existed in the US. It is in charge of manufacturing some of our products. We have DSM. DSM manufactures also some of our products, especially products that are heart related products. Next, we have Wada. Wada is in charge of manufacturing our weight loss products. Other partners that we actually have, aside from the manufacturing company, manufacturing partners, are also our banking partners. Please mute your microphone. Also, our banking partners include EcoBank and Stanbic. These are the two international Pan-African banks that we actually use. So wherever you are in the different countries, you will be able to access either of these particular banks. Next, let me talk about our products in a short way. The first category of product that we actually have are nutritional supplements. We have nutritional beverages. We have weight loss products, personal care products, and definitely children programs. One of the product that we have, one of the category of product that we actually have is the C24/7. C24/7 contains all these particular listed nutrients that are over there. And the good thing about our products is that uh sorry, somebody is unmuted anyway. Okay, the good thing about all our products is that they are natural. They don't have any particular additives or chemicals, and they just each and every particular person who is interested in using the products, uh they get to use the products because sorry. The first particular product is C24/7. C24/7 simply stands for complete nutrition 24 hours, 7 days a week. It contains all the nutrients that are listed above over here, starting with the 29 vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals, and the digestive enzymes, the mushrooms, and all that. These are some of the nutritional supplements that are also there. Choleduce, just like the name suggests, it is a cholesterol reducer. Restore life, it is meant to restore your life each and every single day. As we grow up, as we grow old, our tissues keep wearing off, keep wearing out, and restore life is meant to, it is meant to restore it is meant to restore the tissues. And the good thing about Restore Life, it is contains very, very strong anti-aging supplements. People like Oprah Winfrey endorse this particular product. That's why she is over 70 years old, but she looks very, very young because this is what she actually uses. Next, we have Complete Phyto Energizer. Complete is a sister product to the C24/7. And Complete Phyto Energizer contains 16,000 phytonutrients. Now, this doesn't have the anti-aging components, but the C24/7 contains the anti-aging components because this one is for a special category of people, that is pregnant mothers, kids who are below 18 years old, and pregnant mothers, and also lactating mothers. We have C Supreme. C Supreme, just like the name suggests, it is vitamin C. Vitamin C is needed to boost your immunity in the body. Then we have some personal care products. We have the Angel E. Angel E helps ladies who are experiencing different problems, including vaginal dryness. Helps you to look healthy. It builds up collagen in the body each and every single time. Next, we have the Eye Protect. Eye Protect it is an eye protect. It prevents you from airborne diseases, that is infection, and boosting immunity inside your home and also as you're wearing it. Next, we have the nutritional beverages. These are the coffees. All of them are alkaline. That's the good thing about our coffee. So in case you're suffering from ulcers or any other disease, you can actually use our products because number one, that it's not addictive in any way. Second thing, it doesn't give any particular side effect compared to the normal coffee, because normal coffee actually gives you some addiction, and yes, it may help you, it may make you not fall asleep. But with our coffee, it is purely alkaline, no additives, and 0.0% caffeine. Next, we have the weight loss products. Weight loss products, as they are listed over here, they suppress your appetite, they increase metabolism, as while they are burning excess fat in your body. Next, we have the children program, which is My Choco. My Choco is a beverage for kids. It contains DHA. DHA is food for the brain. And then we have kiddie gummies. Kiddie gummies helps contains vitamins and minerals. These are just fruits and vegetables combined together to ensure they increase appetite for your kids. Next, let me get to the place where each and every particular person is yearning to know the business opportunity, the business side of it. And this is where I'm gonna be talking about money. So please go to the chat box, and each and every particular person, if you're following me, if you're following whatever I'm saying, just type money. Let me know if you're following. But before I present to you how to make money with our business opportunity. Uh, I'm going to talk about 7 ways of creating wealth. I know we went to school, we learned so much, but maybe we were not taught something to do with how to create wealth or how to become rich. But in the outside world, you're going to learn a few things on how you can own, what you should actually do in order to become wealthy. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is definitely inheritance, but inheritance is limiting because it doesn't suit so many people. Actually, the vast majority of people in the population, maybe of Kenya or different particular countries, they have nothing to inherit because maybe your parents weren't rich, and this only works for the dynasty. If you have nothing to inherit, you definitely have to work hard so that you, who is going to become a background to somebody, can have something to inherit. So inheritance is limiting in one way or another, as much as it has favored and it favors other people, but you have to have a very, very good back. You have to be coming from a very, very good background. But again, it's limiting. Not everyone can actually fit in. The second way in which you can actually become wealthy is lottery. And I know majority of you from Kenya, you know about sport pesa, and very many people actually usually bet. You find through betting, maybe they feel like one day they may get lucky and actually win. But the truth is, the chances of you winning that particular bet are very, very narrow. Right now, I think the last time I was seeing an advert of the jackpot, it was around 400 million. Now you find only one person is gonna win this amount of money, and over millions of people actually bet each and every single day, praying very, very hard that they're going to win. But the truth is, majority actually lose the bets, and only one person is gonna win. You find even in the US or in very many developed countries, it's very, very rare for people to actually win lottery. But and the few people who win, because maybe they experience sudden wealth syndrome, they don't even stay with that amount of money. So again, lottery is not something that you can actually count on, because the same lottery, it has made very many people also to kill themselves because they took their school fees, they took their last amount of coin, and they decided, let me put it here, I'm gonna get millions, but they didn't get it. And what happened? They ended up killing themselves. The other option that you can actually have is a top job. Now let's look at top jobs. Top jobs includes becoming the president of your country. Now the question is, what are the chances of you becoming the president of your country? Probably zero. Maybe becoming the governor of your country, of your county, the county that you live in. Again, the chances are very, very narrow because you're only known maybe by your family members or maybe your few friends. So you not everyone is gonna even vote for you. Another top job maybe is becoming a judge of the high court. But what usually happens, you're usually told, for you to become a judge of the high court, you need to be in your previous job, you need to have, number one, you need to be having a salary of not less than 250,000 each and every single month, and you need at least 15 years of experience. Now today you are around 25 years old and you need 15 years of experience. Again, you need to be earning not less than 250,000 each and every single month. Truth be told, not very many judges get to that particular amount of salary, and you find not many people qualify for a top job. Look at the radio presenters that we have in the country. Somebody like Jeff Koinange. Jeff Koinange has been in the industry for a very long period of time. And this guy, I think, is the highest paid radio presenter, if not Maina Kageni. These are the people who pocket millions. Today, you're studying journalism. Truth be told, it's going to take you so many years to get the experience that probably Jeff or Mina have. And even if you have the experience, the truth is you can't get to the level of influence that they actually are at. So this again is limiting. You're not going to make the millions that they actually make each and every single month. Next, robbery. Now, most of us are Christians. We don't believe in stealing, and this is also very, very limiting. Again, robbery, very many people get caught, they because they steal and they are not able to hide themselves or even run away very for a long period of time. So they are actually caught, and they don't even enjoy the money. Next, talent. Talent pays big time. I'm gonna give an example of who recently in Kenya, we had Banaboy. Banaboy was paid 128 million Kenya shillings. That's amount of money that not even our president is making each and every single month from his salary. And this guy is just naturally talented. He just sings. I saw a few months ago, I think in December, I saw Diamond Platinum's attend a wedding in Mombasa, and this guy was paid $1 million. So I was like, this guy is very much talented. Now, unfortunately, some of us are over 30 years old and we haven't discovered our talent. Yes, I know it's never too late to start, but if you haven't discovered, like you haven't known if you're a good footballer, in order for you to nurture this particular talent, you don't know if you're a good musician, you don't know if you are good at playing basketball and all that, simply means that there is no single way probably talent is gonna pay you. Look at somebody like Bien. He won the Trace Awards. Bien, for just a show, he'll charge you as much as even 10 million Kenya shillings. That is how big talent is. Look at somebody like Nyashinsky. This guy is, for just a show of around 45 minutes, he charges up to $1 million bob. Just 45 minutes. So talent pays, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the talent, you are locked out. Next is investments. Now, when I talk about investments, I'm talking about big investments. Something like buying treasury bonds and going ahead and probably buying shares in a big company. For example, Safaricom, you go ahead and buy 20% of shares in Safaricom, a company like KQ, different particular companies. You go ahead and buy shares over there, and you'll be making profits from this particular company. You're going to have also ownership of this particular company. Now, investment, it is limiting because majority of the people, I think a survey was done, it was around January. It was saying that less than 70% of the population of Kenya have like 100K in their bank accounts. Now you can imagine how many people have like 3 million Kenya shillings or 5 million to go ahead and invest. Again, it's very, very limiting. The other way in which you can actually become rich is business. Now today I'm going to share with you business. I know majority of us, with the society that we live in, we have been programmed to believe that business is only traditional business. Truth be told, traditional businesses, they don't work for each and every particular person. Again, they require a lot. They require a lot of time, a lot of effort, and the business is you. So over here, I'm gonna open your mind and let you know that business is not only probably having a shop, having a boutique, having a salon, or whatever it is that one may sit down and think about. Business is bigger than that, and that is what I'm here to share with you. Now, before I share with you my business concept, there are things to consider before starting any particular business. And the first thing that you need to consider is capital. Capital is required in every business requires different amount of capital. Now, every particular business, for example, the most common business that we have here in Kenya is somebody operating a boda boda. I don't think there's a street you can walk and you don't find a boda boda. Now, you find a boda boda goes for around maybe 150,000, 180,000, and probably this boda boda makes around 500 to, if it is maybe working for a company, up to 2,000 in a single day. Now, that particular 150,000, the truth be told, is not many Kenyans have it in their bank account. So they end up getting a loan in order to start this particular business. So again, it is limiting because so many people, yes, they get loans, but if they are unable to pay back this particular loan, it simply means they can't operate the boda boda anymore. Also, a boda boda is wearing and tearing each and every single day. It needs repair, it needs service, it needs so much. So at the end of the day, it is very, very limiting. So again, capital also limits so many people because a business like having a hardware, you require like a million plus. How many people have this 1 million? Very, very few people. So yes, it can give you good amount of money, but again, if you lack the capital, there's no single day you're going to progress. Capital is the first step in order for for you to run a successful business. And one thing you need to look at, if I remember very well, what my business teacher taught me is every business, every successful business, number one, if it has low capital, definitely it's gonna give you low profits. But if you have a business with high capital, it's definitely going to give you high returns. Now, our business over here, it's gonna give you, the first thing, the capital is very, very low, but the profits are very, very high, and I'm going to be sharing with you that in a few. Next, scalability. Now, the question you need to ask yourself: how scalable is your business? How big can it grow? How far can it reach quite a number of customers? For example, today you run a boutique, or not a boutique, let me use a salon. Today you run a salon, you have a salon in this particular area. Truth be told is, you can only serve those people in that particular locality or that particular area. If somebody cannot get to wherever you are, it simply means that you can't serve them. And if you can't serve them, you're limited to the amount of income that you can actually make. But if your business is online, it simply means that you can get to any particular person regardless of where they are. They only need to have internet, and that is one thing I'll want you to look at in our business. Today, I know I'm talking to people who are in South Africa, who are in Zambia, who are in Congo, in different particular places. I'm here in Nairobi, and the reason as to why the business is growing and booming in a very, very big way, it's because of the internet. We only need the internet for you to actually do the business. Next, you need to look at leverage. Leverage is definitely the ability to earn more and more while working less and less. Now, very many businesses, they just require the person who is the owner, who is running this particular business, in order for it to actually be sustainable. Now, if for example, you open a hotel, open a hotel, if you don't show up in this particular hotel, truth be told is, maybe you're not going to have any particular customers. Today you run a boutique, you don't open this particular boutique, you're not going to have any particular sales, because customers are going to find you at that particular boutique. So if you don't open it, the business is not going to make any amount of money. But I'll give you an example of a business like Safaricom. Safaricom is a network provider over here in Kenya. I believe in your country, maybe you have MTN, or yes, whatever you're using. Now, Safaricom is working 24/7. This is a system that has actually been created, and it's a system where you can buy airtime, you can recharge airtime to your phone, you can send money to different particular places, and so much more. And that is how Safaricom makes its own money. Now, Safaricom has a system. You definitely know, for you to buy airtime, you only require *141*, and then the number of your recharge card, and then the amount of the amount is gonna reflect in your line. If today you want to send money, you definitely know you only need the phone number of the person who you're sending money to. And through that, there's a transaction fee that Safaricom makes. Now, assuming each and every single day, somebody is sending around 1,000 bob. 1,000 bob, I don't know, sending it is around, let me use 30 shillings. So each and every single day, assuming 1 million people are sending 1,000 bob each and every single day, simply means Safaricom is making a clean 30 million Kenya shillings without lifting a finger. This is a system, number one, they only built it once, they only created it once. But this particular system, in order for you in order for it to run, definitely there's services that have to be paid for, and that's why there's a transaction cost. So Safaricom is already a system, and then yours is you are part of the network because you are a subscriber or you are a customer. Now, over here in our business, the system has already been created for you. Yours is just to plug in your network. You know a lot of people, you talk to a lot of people each and every single day. You only need to plug that particular network over there. Now, the first thing that you need to know about leverage, there are 5 key benefits. Number one, there's increased productivity, because you save a lot of time. You're not everywhere. You're everywhere at the same time indirectly. There's greater reach. You can be able to reach as many people as possible. Safaricom is very, very big. It has reached even the most remote areas, the most remote areas in the country. Definitely there's increased profit because it is definitely easy to use. Next, greater flexibility. It's very flexible and increased opportunity. The same thing with our opportunity. And I'll give you this particular quote that says, I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own effort. If today you've been told to choose between A and B, and in the whole scenario is each and every single day you're supposed to get 100 bob from you're supposed to get 100 bob each and every single day. You're supposed to get 100 bob, and then you're given two options. Option A, whereby option A, you've been told you get this 100 bob from one person, and option B, you've been told you get 1 shilling from 100 people. Which option are you going to go with? Option A or B? Majority of people, as you type in the chat box, majority of people, they're going to talk about probably option B, because option A, because they feel like option A, one person, this person is not gonna nag me, it's not gonna disturb me. They know very well they're supposed to give me 100 bob and that's it. But one thing I'll tell you, that's a microwave mentality. You're just thinking of how convenient this is. I'm just gonna get 100 bob from one person, but you're not thinking of about the risk of what if this particular person actually dies? What if this particular person actually fails to give you the 100 bob? You're going to lose it all. But now, millionaires and billionaires, they think about making a profit of 1 shilling from very many people. But majority of people, they actually want to start a business and you make 50,000 from one particular person. The thing is, if this particular person fails, you lose everything. But when you come to the rich, the millionaires and billionaires, they know very well with 100 people giving you 1 shilling each and every single day, if 50 people are gonna fail, you still have 50. If 99 are gonna succeed and one fails or one person dies, you still have 99. And that is the mentality that you need to have as you're running a business or you're starting any particular business. That is leverage. You earn from very many people through their little efforts. The last thing that you need to consider while starting a business is impact. A business needs to impact, needs to change life. If at all, if at all you become successful alone, if you're doing something and you become successful alone, then that particular whatever you are doing did not help the society in one way or another. And that's why we usually have different particular ways to impact people. You can impact people, you can't impact people by giving them money. If you give people money, definitely they're just gonna misuse it and do whatever it is, buy food for that particular day and all that. But that is not sustainable. But if you create a system and you show somebody, let's come over here, let me show you how to fish, let me show you how you can actually change your life, that is going to be very, very more impactful. In third world countries, the biggest problem that is there is definitely unemployment, hunger, and diseases. And through our particular system, we are here to help you solve the crisis of unemployment. Now, how do you become part of us? How do you become part of EdPlan 3.0 and also get started in our mentorship program of Bonan Vivon? It's very, very simple. Number one account goes for $250. If you convert that, that's around 29,888 in Kenya shillings. If you convert that to rands, it goes for around 4,000 rands. And yes, the other countries, probably you could ask your inviter to break it down to you. But basically, it's just $250. Now, what does $250 give you? Number one, you're exposed to there's 8 ways of making money. You're exposed to 8 ways to earn in our business. The first way you're going to earn is through retail profit, direct sponsoring bonus, Mart sales bonus, uni-level bonus, UniPay plan, step bonus, royalty, and global profit sharing. So we have 8 different ways in which you can actually earn. And I'm gonna go through each and every one of them in a very, very fast because I'm about to finish. Next. The first way in which you make money is through retail profit. Retail profit is definitely let me call it sharing of the product. I talked about the C24/7, which is our company's flagship product. I explained, I talked about it. Now the company is gonna give you at a retail price or at a selling price at a price of $25. Now for you, you have an option of going ahead and probably selling it to your friend or a relative or whoever who you know might need the product because maybe they're suffering from cancer, arthritis, diabetes, or any other genetic disease. And you have a choice of making around $10 profit. Now, with $10 profit, assuming you sell at least 10 boxes maybe in a week, that's 10 boxes times 10, that's $100 extra. And probably you have your own salary, so you're doing this on a part-time basis. If you sell 1,000 boxes in a month, you've made at least $10,000. Now remember, there's no quotas. You can use any, you can decide to sell any particular product of your choice, and selling is purely optional. Nobody's gonna force you to sell our products. We actually encourage people to use the products because if you use the products, they're going to help you. And why would you sell something that's gonna help you prevent yourself from cancer for the next 5 years? I believe you actually need to use it so that you can help yourself because if you talk to cancer patients, they tell you radiotherapy, chemotherapy is very, very expensive. And we say prevention is better than cure. So you'd rather prevent yourself rather than waiting until you get the disease. So that's one way in which you can actually make money from the business. The second way is the connectors bonus. And with the connectors bonus, this is actually the easiest and the best way that each and every particular person who is in this particular meeting room needs to know and needs to understand. You might not have listened or understood anything else that I've mentioned in the presentation, but I want you to understand this and the other ways of making money. Now, the second one, connecting bonus. Connecting bonus. Now, each and every single day you go to our place, probably you go make your hair, you go make your nails for the ladies, for the men you go to the barber shop, and a friend of yours comes to you, compliments you and tells you your hair looks nice, that cut is amazing, it looks good. Where did you get that particular cut, or where did you make your hair? Obviously you're not going to keep quiet, you're going to go ahead and share with them, and you're going to tell them where you got that particular cut. Now you got the cut, maybe you paid around $30, and after paying this $30, the owner of the barber shop made a profit. Now you go and tell your friend about it. Your friend comes, pay the same amount of money. You're building a network for this particular guy, this particular barber shop, because he already has a system. His system is cutting people's hair. So for you, you're building a network for him because you are advertising through word of mouth to your friends, to your family, to different particular people. And you're helping this particular guy make his network and make profits, which is very, very good. But you need to get compensated for that. You need to get compensated for that, and that is what happens over here. You're going to take our coffee. It's the best coffee that you're going to take probably in maybe your entire life. It's the best coffee. Number one, it's alkaline, especially for the men with the cappuccino. It increases sexual vitality. Men, you need to taste that coffee. Now, if you take that particular coffee, you're not going to keep quiet about it. You're going to tell your friend. And if you go and tell your friend or your family about it, your friend decides to also get their own particular coffee. You're going to get compensated for that. And for each and every particular person who you're going to share with the opportunity, you're going to get compensated $16. $16 for each and every particular person who you're going to share the opportunity with. Now, our system is binary. Our system is binary. And this is very unique because each and every particular person who comes in to our business, they have different particular abilities. And I want you to look at the left side of the slide. We have you as a demonstration. We have you, and then we have Anita, and then we also have Bruno. Now, if you go ahead and tell your best friend Anita about the opportunity, and they decide to get started with the same $250 that you actually did, Anita, you're going to get compensated $16 for sharing the opportunity with Anita. If you go ahead and tell Bruno about the same, you're going to get compensated $16 for sharing the opportunity with Bruno. Now, in other companies, you told join, introduce as many people as possible. Truth be told, not everyone has the same abilities, and that's why I talked about our binary system, which is very, very favorable, conducive, and very, very forgiving in one way or another. Now, you might have gotten started in the opportunity. You saw something that really excited you. Saw how people are making money. People are driving their first cars before the age of 30. People are building their parents' homes. People are doing so much courtesy of this organization. And you decided, let me get started also. But after getting started, you probably didn't connect two people. You were not able to connect just two people. Now, what happens is your inviter already has their first two people, and they've shown the opportunity to very many people. And having shown the opportunity to very many people, they're there to actually help you maybe change your life in one way or another. Now, if you decide to get started and you don't have your first two people, but your inviter introduces more than two people, there's no way that those two people, that extra person, the third person, is gonna be placed directly under your inviter or directly under you. That is, if you have more than two people, that particular third person is gonna be placed under the newest person. For example, if you look at this diagram, this is you've gotten started in the business, you introduced Anita and Bruno. Bruno tells you, I'm not able to get my first two people. And what happens is you go ahead and get a third person. That particular third person, you're going to put him under Bruno. And that simply means Bruno is going to be having his first person. And if Bruno has his first person, simply means he's going to make money and you're also going to make money. It's a spillover. It's called a spillover. It is simple. Don't complicate anything. It is very, very simple. You can only have two people directly under you. If you have more than two, you support the newest person in the team who doesn't have the two people. I hope that is understood. Next, I want you to look at this. The third way of making money, it's called matching sales bonus. Matching sales bonus or pairing bonus. Now, if you've not understood anything from the whole presentation, please make sure you understand this, because if you understand this, you're going to see money. You're going to get a reason as to why you need to be part of us. You need to be part of this organization. Now, that is you at the top. You have person A and person B. If you go ahead, after going ahead and introducing person A and person B, you got paid $16. On the right side, you also got paid $16. Now, that doesn't stop at that particular point. The system is binary, like I said. For a shoe to be complete, there has to be a pair. They have to be a pair of trousers and all that. Something cannot be complete if at all they're not two. Now, if person A and person B got introduced and you got paid $16, the next, there's a pair between person A and person B, and you're going to get an additional $32. $32. Now, that after getting paid $32, now I want you to look at it like you started the business with $250. First level, you've made $16, and an extra $32. Now, that is the pairing bonus. Remember, the $32, the first thing is, this is where residual income is coming from. So long as you have somebody on the left and right side, you get paid $32. Now, somebody is gonna ask, what about person A and person B? How are they going to make money? And I want you to look at the diagram clearly. Person A goes ahead and introduces C and D, and person A is gonna earn $16 on their own and $16 on their own for the job well done. Person B is going to go ahead and introduce person E and person F. They're also going to earn on their own $16, and also $32, if you can see the diagram clearly. Now, the thing is, it is courtesy of you at the top that we have person A and person B. And courtesy of person A and B, we have C, D, E, and F. Now, how are you going to make money? How are you going to make residual income? Courtesy of you, we have A, B. Courtesy of A and B, we have the four people down there. So for you, you're going to make extra $32 times 2, and that is also $64 for a job well done. you only introduced person A and B, and then you stopped at that particular point. And then it went ahead, and person A and B, they did their job. You're going to get paid because the system is lifetime, the business is lifetime, and they are all the activities, they help you get paid. It's one thing you need to understand. I hope that's understood. And one thing you need to know, it's up to infinity. Left and right, left and right, left and right goes up to infinity. It doesn't have an end. So long as you have somebody on the left, somebody on the right, whether it's a spillover, whether it's your own personal effort, it goes up to infinity. Next, we have royalty income. Allow me not to talk so much about these particular earnings, because the first three earnings, they're the ones which are guaranteed for a very, very new member, for you who is starting the business. The other earnings they require you to have a rank. If you don't have a rank in the company, you might not be able to enjoy this. But once you've gotten started, it takes a few months, probably a month, 2 or 3 months, for you to achieve these particular ranks. And definitely with the ranks, once you've achieved them, you get paid on a monthly basis. The earnings that I was explaining, the Mart sales bonus, the direct connecting bonus, they are paid on a daily basis. But for the stair step royalty income, all those are paid on a monthly basis, and you need to have a particular rank. So you have different ranks in the company, and the good thing about the ranks, there's no time frame in which you're supposed to acquire this particular rank. And once you have achieved this particular rank, there's no reversion. There's no way you'll become a global ambassador and turn back to a gold executive. No, if you're a gold executive, you're a gold executive forever till you become a global ambassador. Global ambassador forever till you become a Ruby global ambassador. Again, there's no demotion, and obviously there's no pass up. Next, how do you encash? How do you get the money that I've been talking about from your online account? Because I said there's a DTC, there's a distributor tracking center. So how do you get this money from your online account to your hands? Number one, you have to open an account with either EcoBank or Stanbic Bank, like I said earlier on. And after opening an account, it is linked and you're able to withdraw your money. Next, after you've gotten started in the business, this is one thing that I'll request each and every particular person to ensure they undergo, and that is our BSc training and support system. Number one, we start today. I'm doing the OPP, that is opportunity plan presentation. Once you've gotten started, ensure your inviter takes you through the new distributor orientation. This is where you're able to understand everything. Today, I might not talk about everything in detail, because just like a police recruitment, you don't go to the police recruitment and then the first day you're given a gun. No, there's some training that you have to undergo. You have to master the systems. You have to understand what is happening, what goes where, and what happens where. So today was just an induction for you to understand the concept of our business and whatever we are offering. And if you get started, there's much more that you're going to learn. We are going to hold you by the hand, ensure that we support you until you, first of all, recover your capital and definitely get to the next level. Probably buy your first car, travel with us, and achieve your goals. If it is building your parents' house, if it is furthering your education, and so much more. Next, now, why do you need to partner with BSc? Why do you have to partner with us? Number one, the benefits. You get recorded audio and video trainings to help you get started. You get free product training manuals. You get free trainings both online and offline, as you can see. You are able to free access for your prospects to all our training centers across Africa. We have different training centers in different countries. You also benefit from our expansion program, and you also get to enjoy our lifestyle trips. Now, I'll give you a reason why most people partner with us. Number one, this is a one-time purchase. The amount of money that I've talked about, the $250, it's a one-time purchase. It's a one-off payment. It is not a renew. It doesn't require you to renew. In other companies, you have to renew. And also, I think if you're paying maybe like your rent, or if you have to buy food in your house, you have to keep buying. If you don't buy, then you don't have it. If you stop paying rent, then you're evicted. Now, over here, it's a one-time purchase that helps you get paid forever. That's one thing you need to understand. Again, it's daily payout. I usually remind people we have bills to pay each and every single day. Today, you're going to go to town, whichever means of transport you're going to use, be it Uber, be it Matatu, be it Boda Boda, you have to pay this particular person on a daily basis. You can't tell him or her, Angojia, and wait for end month so that I can actually sort you. And if you're paying bills each and every single day, it is only wise if you start making money on a daily basis. Next, we have consumable products. These consumable products, they're health products. Health is the biggest thing that actually unites very many people. And when you talk about health, each and every particular person has a story. If you go to the internet, you'll find people always talk about when they're working hard, they always ask God when as they're working hard, let also God bless their health in order for them to continue working each and every single day. And with our products, number one, they're used for preventive purposes. The products have been tested and proven to reverse certain conditions of body. Very many people have used these particular products. I personally am a testimony of the products, and I'm gonna recommend them to each and every person. Next, free international trips. Each and every year, the company sponsors different people to different particular destinations. This year, we have Singapore and Malaysia, and I'm hoping majority of you who are in this particular meeting room, you're going to qualify and be with us in Singapore and Malaysia. We also have Philippine trip, we have Dubai trips, we have South Africa, and so much more. Ensure you're going to be part of it. Personally, I've enjoyed these particular trips, and I'll tell you, you need to be there. Next, selling is not a must. Like I said, selling is optional. I actually encourage you to use the products. Next, no auto ship or tipo online stores. I've only talked about the $250 package, but you have an option to have as many packages, as many online stores as possible. You can have as many accounts as possible. That is just one of it that I've talked about. You can have multiple accounts, 3 accounts, 7 accounts, 15, all the way up to 31 accounts. Next, no renewals. No renewals. I've already explained it, no targets, and also it is transferable to your children. It can be inherited by your next of kin. Next, somebody's gonna have this particular concern. Does it really work? Can I do it? And will you help me? And my next presenter is definitely going to be talking about this. I'm gonna take it back to Madam Elizabeth. And the next presenter who is gonna be closing the meeting for us is gonna answer all these particular questions, and they will show you that the business actually works, and they'll show you you can actually do it, and you also need to believe in yourself, and they'll show you how we are going to actually support you to ensure that you're going to become a success story with our business. I've come to the end of my presentation, and may God bless you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mercy. That was very powerful, straight to the point, and well detailed, well detailed. So if you're still following, type for me 5 as we thank Ambassador Mercy for presenting us the business of the day. Now, without wasting a lot of time, I'm sure there is someone who has seen that this business can change their lives. And right about now, I'd like to introduce the best person who can help us, who can help my 20 people, over 100 people. I can see we are almost hitting 500 to get started. And he has teams all over the world. He has a team in Congo. He has a team in Uganda. He has a team in South Africa. Every part you can name it. So allow me to introduce Ambassador Joseph Maina. In the business, he is a member of the Speakers Bureau. The company has certified him. He can go to the 60 countries and present the business. He's also a member of the Millionaire Circle. That tells you that is making a multiple 6-7 figure, is also behind the success of most of your inviters. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting a lot of time, join me on the chat box as we welcome Ambassador Joseph Maina to to support the ones who are getting started today. So Ambassador Joseph, if you can hear me, you can take it from there.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Madam Elizabeth. Thank you very much for the powerful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening from wherever you are. I'm hoping you're all well. And I want to take this opportunity, even before we continue, to take this opportunity to appreciate Madam Mercy for the powerful work she has done, for a powerful presentation that she just took us through. And as you continue, you can just go to the chat box and appreciate Madam Mercy. Tell her thank you. And then we are able to continue with our business for the day. First of all, thank you very much for getting started or even being part of this presentation. Thank you very much for joining this session. And I'm believing that this evening is not just going to be like one of the evening, but it's going to be a totally different evening. And this evening is going to be a transformative evening, an evening that changes your life forever. As I've been told, my name is Joseph Maina. I'm a proud member of this organization, Beyond Survival Campaign, together with Bonan Vivon. And I have been working with this organization for the last around 6 years. And I can tell you guys that this is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I can repeat, I can tell you that this is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. Back in life, after finishing school, that is my O level in the year 2016, after finishing school, I got to sit down and wonder, what am I going to do with my life now? And I know most of the time when you finish school, that is a question that we usually have. I have finished school, what am I going to do with my life? And I know most of us have actually found ourselves in that dilemma. And so after finishing school, I found myself in a dilemma where I was wondering, what am I going to do? And the options that I had on the table, none of them was kind of fulfilling. And the first option that I had is that I thought about looking for a job. And I knew if I was able to get a job, at least I could be able to take care of myself and maybe be able to further my education. And I started applying, I started dropping some CVs here and there, just looking for a simple job. I was looking for a job as simple as working in a hotel as a waiter, or even working in a supermarket as one of those agents over there. And I remember at the time, I was only looking for something that could pay me around $200 and I would be good. And so I started dropping my CVs here and there. I started applying, I started looking and doing everything that I could in order for me to be able to secure myself a job. But at the end of the day, all my efforts were going into vain because I was not able to secure any particular form of a job. So after failing to get a job, I thought about the second option that I could be able to do with my life. And the second thing that came in my mind was to look for a job or to look for opportunities abroad. I thought about going to countries like Dubai. I thought about going to that is countries like UAE, that is Dubai, and going to places like Qatar, or even going to places like Saudi Arabia, and so on and so forth. And I remember at the time I had some friends of mine who were in the Gulf region, and they were telling me that on a monthly basis they were getting up to $500. And so I thought of that as an option. But the challenge that I had at the time is, even if I could go for those particular jobs in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, the problem is the people who are connecting me with those jobs, they were all demanding for some form of commission. And most of them were actually talking about 1,000 US dollars in commission before they take me to those places. And the issue that I had at the time is I'm having a challenge even raising 30, 40,000 or $300 to $400 to take myself to school. And over here, they're talking about $1,000. So even if that could have been a good option of traveling and going to all those particular Gulf countries and work there, the challenge that I had is, how am I going to raise this particular capital or this particular money they need for the agent in order for me to go to those places to work? And that is the second option that had. The third option that I had is that I was going to get a motorcycle. And a motorcycle in Kenya is what we call a boda boda. I could have gotten a motorcycle from someone and then start riding that particular motorcycle. And then at the end of the day, I will pay them. What usually happens is somebody gives you a motorcycle, and after they give you a motorcycle, at the end of the day, they are expecting for you to give them around $6-7 each and every single day. But the challenge with that is that I knew I was going to be working for very, very long hours, from maybe 5 a.m. in the morning up to late in the evening, in order for me to get at least something on the table, in order for me to get my own $6, $7, and so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, even if I was going to make some money, I needed to be fueling that particular motorcycle. And the other challenge was finding someone who could entrust you with a motorcycle, and they don't even know you, and they know you're not a professional, you're just from school. It was going to be another very, very big challenge. So I thought about that, and I knew that is something that I could have done, but it still was not an option. So after struggling and after thinking of exactly what I'm going to do, the other option that came in my mind is, what about opening a business? I thought about how I could be able to set up a business. I was thinking of even setting up a small business like selling some old clothes clothes, or even some thrifted clothes, or even to open like a small kiosk or even a small boutique. But the challenge that I had was capital, because I remember in all those particular business, I remember I needed at least $400 in order for me to set up something that could be able to help me to set up my thrifted shop, or even to be able to start selling clothes, or even opening a small boutique here and there. And so after struggling, after thinking of exactly what I was gonna do, after remaining to be stranded, what I did is that I reached out to one of my cousin who told me, Joseph, you don't have to worry. All you need to do is that you can come and work with me in a construction site, and then you're gonna be making your $5 each and every single day before you figure out what exactly you will do with your life. And so I find myself early 2017 working in a construction site, and in that particular construction site, I was getting around $5 each and every single day. If you do your math, in 6 days I will get around $30, and on a monthly basis I will get around 1000 I will get around $120. And with $120, normally, because the work was very, very heavy, I would find myself probably eating $30, and I would only have around $90 at the end of the month. And that particular money was never enough, because I had rent to pay, that is support my mom and my family for rent. Number two, support my younger siblings to pay their school fees, buy food, and even start saving towards me furthering my education. And so that particular money was never enough. So after struggling for a period of 7-8 months in that particular hustle, I decided to look for another opportunity. But fortunately, at the time, I had a friend of mine. Her name is Chantel, and Chantel told me, Joseph, you don't have to worry. I'm gonna connect with a certain company in a place we call Westlands in Nairobi, where you're gonna be working there as a sales marketer, and you can be able to make yourself some good commission. She even told me how I could be able to even make commissions equivalent to even $1,000 on a monthly basis. And I heard that, and I was like, this sounds like a good deal. And so exactly what I did is that I went there and I listened to the opportunity, and then I got started, and I started working as a door-to-door seller, or a sales and marketer. And when I was working as a sales and marketer, I used to walk for quite some distance. I would talk to so many people online trying to sell my products here and there, but it became very, very challenging, because on a weekly basis, I was not able to make a lot of money. I would get between $30 to $50 on a weekly basis. So after struggling with that for a period of around 5-6 months over there, early 2018, I had already gotten tired. And the reason why I got tired of sales and marketing was because of the rejection that I would face. If any of you has ever done sales and marketing, you would agree with me, it's not an easy thing. There is a lot of rejection. There's a lot of people who will tell you no, they're not interested. They will even call you thieves, a thief. Some of them will even have a board written on their doors, no hawkers allowed. So it was not an easy thing. But either way, we usually say that no matter the economy of the jungle, the lion never eats grass. So at the end of the day, I needed to do whatever I needed to do in order for me to be able to survive. And so early 2018, as I'm just scrolling through my Facebook, I come across a post by a certain lady. She's called Madam Masi Gaki, the lady who just finished presenting to you guys. I come across posted by that lady, Madam Mercy, on Facebook, where she had written, you can make up to $40 on a daily basis. Ask me how. And when I'm thinking about making $40 on a daily basis, I was like, this sounds like a very, very good deal, because if I do my math, $40 multiplied by 30 days, I will get around $1,200, which would mean I will be making probably 6 times more than whatever I was making as a door-to-door seller. And she tells me that, Joseph, if you want to understand what this business is all about, you can visit our office, come and listen to the opportunity. And if it's something that you can do, well and good, you can get started. If it's not something that you can do, at least you'll have understood another way that one can be able to use and make money. And you guys are very, very fortunate that this business has gotten or has been explained to you on Zoom. It has been explained to you at the comfort of your homes, at the comfort of your couch, at the comfort of your bed. For me, it was a little bit different. I needed to travel. I needed to travel from my home to Nairobi CBD, which in that particular situation, I needed transport, number one. And number two, I was even very, very much afraid, who am I going to meet? And what if I meet the wrong people? What if I meet conmen? What if I find myself in trouble? And that is the worries that I had at the time. But at the end of the day, one thing that I can usually tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that fear and doubt kill more dreams than failure ever will. I repeat, fear and doubt kill more dreams than failure ever will. I know there's someone who is in this meeting who is afraid. I know there's someone who is in this meeting who has a lot of doubts. One thing that I can tell you is that that particular fear that you have, that particular doubt that you have, is basically possible or can potentially kill your dream, and failure couldn't have killed the dream. And so I decided to face my fears, and I showed up for a meeting just like you guys, and I listened to everything that this lady had to share about this opportunity. After listening to the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, there are two main things that I really loved. And there are two things that I was a little bit concerned about. And the first thing that I was concerned about was that particular money to get started. You see, from where I'm coming from, that particular money to get started, which is around $250, was an amount of money that I would work for a month or two in order for me to be able to raise. And over here, this lady is telling me, you know what, Joseph, you can be able to make a lot of money, yes, but you will need $250. And remember, I'm struggling to make $250 per month, but she's telling me to get started, I need that amount of money. So when I heard about the $250, I was really, really discouraged. And I thought about it and I was like, oh my God, I don't even know if this is something that I can be able to do, because I don't see myself raising this amount of money to get started. And that was my first worry. And the second thing that really, really concerned me is that she talked about, yes, starting with the money. But my second worry was, even if I decide to get started, because of course, as the Englishman would say, where there is a will, there is a way. Even if I do whatever it takes and I look for the money and I get started, how am I going to look for two people, convince them that this is a good business? And are they really going to believe in me? Are they really, really going to join me? And at the time, I'm looking at the four closest friends that I had. I had a friend called Joshua, Yvonne, Samuel, and Leon. And the same four guys that I'm supposed to bring into this business, they are actually broker than I am. And they need to believe in me. They need to invest their $250 each. And I'm wondering, how am I going to do this? And that was my second worry. But on the other side, there are two things that had really, really caught my attention, or two things that I had really, really loved. And the first thing that I had already gotten to love about this opportunity was the amount of money that one could be able to make from this company. That is the first thing. Because I remember when I saw this opportunity, I met my mentors. A mentor of mine, like Sir Ambassador Engineer Moses Akelo Adeka. This gentleman, at the time that I'm seeing this opportunity, the guy is making 10,000 US dollars per month. And you say, I'm struggling to make $300 per month, and this guy is making 10,000 of that. And I'm like, wow, $10,000. And especially in Kenyan shillings, it's a lot of money, because it was around 1.2 million shillings over there. And I'm like, wow, if this guy can be able to make this money, no matter how much I need to get started, it means it's a good deal. Because sometimes at the time, I even didn't worry about bringing people. All I knew is that Ambassador Moses was making $10,000 per month, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I didn't care about bringing the two people or even getting started. All I knew was this guy is making $10,000 or 10,000 grand, 10 grand, and that's exactly what I want. And so I decided to make my move, and I decided to take the risk. Now, the second thing that really, really fascinated me or excited me is that this opportunity, or this particular guy talked about traveling, and they said that once you become a member of this opportunity, you will have an opportunity of being able to travel to different places for vacation, and you won't even spend a coin. The company is going to take care of you. The company is going to pay for everything. And they said you could qualify for a trip to like a trip to Dubai, a trip to the Philippines, a trip to Bali, Indonesia, a trip to places like the UK, the US, and so many other places. And at the time, I hadn't even traveled outside my country, that is Kenya. And so I'm hearing about this and I'm like, damn, this sounds like a good deal. This sounds like a good opportunity for me to be able at least to even take a flight, because I had never even taken a flight before. And at the time, I decided, this is what you're going to do, Joseph. You're going to look for this money. And after looking for this money, you don't have to worry about the two people. You don't have to worry about anything. All you need to do is that look for the money and then come to your inviter and ask her and ask your mentor, Ambassador Moses, how can I get these two people? So for me, it was not even about the two people or whatever. For me, it was about, I want the 10 grand. I wanted the $10,000 that this guy is able to make on a monthly basis. And so I looked for the money. I got started. And after getting started, to be honest with you guys, it's been 6, now turning 7 years. And I can be honest with you guys, this is one of the best things that ever happened to me. For the last 6 years, this company has been able to pay me. I was just looking for some small money here and there, and I was just struggling. But today, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, this business has been able to pay me more than 150,000 US dollars cumulatively. And on a monthly basis, this company is able to pay me close to $3,000 on a monthly basis. And this is something that if you had told me it was possible before, I would have told you it's not possible. I have already gotten the highest rank in the company. I'm currently ranked up as a Global Ambassador Prime. I started this business when I was still struggling. I used to take the public transport and all that. But courtesy of this opportunity, I was able to get my first car, a Honda Fit KCX 223W. I was able to get myself a second car, a BMW 120i M Sport. That is the 1 series. And then I was able to get a 3 series around 2 years ago. Around actually a year ago, because it was September 4 of 2023. That is a KDM 242i, 3 series, KDM 242i. And today, as we speak, it's not just about me. Then again, it's about the lifestyle. It's about the lives that we have been able to change together. And one thing that I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how easy or hard it might be. All that matters is, are you willing to be taught? Are you willing to be taught? Because I can tell you, if you are willing to be taught, no one can stop you. Okay? If you're not willing to be taught, nobody can help you. So your success in this business, let me just say, your success in this business, your potential in this business, and everything that you can be able to achieve is highly determined by how teachable are you. If you are teachable, ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee to you, without any fear or favor or contradiction, I can tell you that you will become successful in this opportunity. So today I'm very, very, very grateful to God. I wouldn't say that I've been able to do it. It has not been by might or by power, but it has been because of two things. Number one, three things actually. Number one, it has been God who has been with me all throughout. He has given me his favor, his grace that has been surrounding me, and his mercies have been with me. And that has really, really been very, very refreshing. And that is what has enabled me to be who I am today. Number two, I also really, really don't take it for granted because of the mentorship that I've been able to get into this company. From my mentors, Madam Masigaki, the lady who just presented this opportunity to us, my mentor, Ambassador Engineer Moses Adika, and all the other top leaders of Beyond Survival Campaign. And number three, number two, that is the mentorship and all the other mentors that I might not have mentioned. I believe it's the book of Hebrews chapter 6, verse 12, that says that we do not want you to be lazy, but we want you to emulate those through faith and persistence have inherited the promise. So mentorship has been me emulating those people who have gone ahead of me. They have been able to do much, much more. And that is what has really, really helped me. Number three, the other person or the other group that I could attribute my success to would be my mentees. All those people who have believed in me, those who believed in me before I got anything, those people who have continued believing in the vision that we have for the team, and all the other members of Bonan Vivon, all the other members of Beyond Survival Campaign. So to all the new people today, one thing that I can tell you is that you're not just coming here to fail or to try to see if you'll succeed or if you'll not succeed or anything, but you're coming to a ready-made system, a tested and proven system, a system that is a three-legged stool that will guarantee you success. Number one, having God on our side. Number two, having the right mentors who have gone ahead of us to show us the way to help us master everything. And number three, the cooperation of the team, that together we're going to be doing this together as a family, as a team. We're going to be working together. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if it's your first time here, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to have any particular form of reservations. You are working with the right people. We are going to do this together until we see you succeed. And I don't know, Madam Masi, I'm currently not a host or a co-host. I cannot be able to share my screen. I'd like to go through my slides, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, and then we're going to see what this opportunity has been able to do for me in picture form. I know I've already given the story, but I'd just like to show you quickly what this opportunity has been able to do for me, and then we can be able to call it a night at that. So I'm going to share my screen. And Madam Liz, you're going to tell me if it's visible or not. You're going to tell me.
Okay.
Is it?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Okay, just a minute. Uh-huh. So just a minute.
Yes, it's visible.
It is, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So amazing, ladies and gentlemen, as I had mentioned earlier, my name is Joseph Maina, commonly referred to by my mentees as Mentor Joe. And I'm really, really happy to share this with you. That was me before this opportunity, when I was still struggling outside there, when I was into construction, when I was still hustling, when I was into sales and marketing, and life was not easy per se. I got started into this opportunity. This was a month after I became a member. You can see I had already started transforming here and there. I got my first suit, got my first iPhone within a month in this business. But it's not about that. For me, it's about the progress. For me, success is not even about driving the big car, living in a good neighborhood, having the right connections and anything. For me, success is about bettering my life on a daily basis. Moving from a small house to a bigger house, buying a better phone that I had yesterday, having the right people around me, having the right friends, having the relationship being healthy. And that is what success is all about for me. And I continued developing. I was able to connect with different people, like-minded individuals who we became a team together. And we have been able to build a very, very big organization together. After 6 months into this company, I qualified for my first local trip all the way to Diani. For those people who are maybe in Kenya or around East Africa, you definitely know how beautiful Diani is or Ukunda is. Ukunda is one of the most beautiful beaches around East Africa. They are called the white sandy beaches of Diani or Ukunda. And then after a year later, I qualified for a trip to the Philippines. I have been to the Philippines courtesy of this opportunity. And in the Philippines, I was able to go to a place we call Pasig City in Manila, Philippines. I was also able to travel to a place we call Las Casas Filipinas de Acuza in Bataan, Philippines, amongst many other places altogether. The other thing is that I've been able to do quite a number of investments courtesy of this opportunity, some of the hard type of investment and some of the, paper investment altogether. And then on the other side, I was able to get the first rank of the company into this opportunity after 6 months. I became a silver executive. And then after a year, I became a gold executive prime. And then around some few years later, last year, I became a global ambassador prime. And having this particular rank, of course, increased the amount of money that this company could be able to pay me. In terms of income testimony, as you can see, the company is able to pay me well. If you are conversant with the Kenyan shilling, if you're a Kenyan, for example, or even if you're not a Kenyan and you are conversant with the Kenyan shillings, you can definitely tell this is a lot of money for one to be able to make, sometimes on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis altogether. And we're very, very grateful. This business is not just a business that is good for me, but I have also been able to use this opportunity to not only bless strangers, but also my family members. I do this business with my family members. Like this is Brian Chuguna, who is my first cousin. My younger brother is in the business. And also my mom is in the business, and she's able to make some good money altogether, courtesy of this opportunity. I've been able to mentor up to 30 first generation millionaires. When I say 30 first generation millionaires, this is 30 people that I definitely met. They came to me and told me, Joseph, teach us how you have done this. I was able to work with them. And today I'm so grateful that most of them are able to make not less than $1,000 on a monthly basis. They even recently did for me a party and the cake was written, "Thank you, Mentor J Minor." So again, it's not about the money, but then again, the lives that you're able to change, the lives that you're able to touch, and the difference that you're able to make in the society. I have many other mentees that I've been able to mentor. And this was during our Diani trip last year. I would say Diani has become our go-to place. Whenever we feel bored with Nairobi, with the city life and all that, we just go together with the family, with the team and the leaders and go and have some beautiful time in the beaches. And one thing that I can tell you guys is that this is the life that each and every one of us deserve. This was my first car, as I had mentioned earlier, the Honda Fit. My second car, the red BMW first 1 Series, and the third car, which is the BMW 3 Series, courtesy of this opportunity. So I don't have much to say with you, ladies and gentlemen. All I can say is thank you very much for being part of this. Thank you very much for being part of this presentation. And without any doubt, we are looking forward to working with each and every one of you until we see you succeed. One thing that I can say is may God bless all of us. May God bless each and every one of us. In Swahili, we will say, Mungu atubariki. Asanteni sana, and thank you very much, and have a beautiful evening. Back to you, Madam Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Joseph. That was very powerful. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Get back to the person who invited you. Ask them to help you get started. They are going to take you through the process. And personally, I'm looking forward to working with you. Thank you for tuning in, and see you in the business. And let us mentor you to achieve your goals and become the person of your dreams. Have a good night and get back to your invite.